This is your favorite Foxy Waffy here, Mizuki Ravendale, and today I am bringing you Course Party Book of Shadows. We're gonna do the third episode. I think they call it episodes in this. And that is called Encounter, so let's get it started. Got this. Believe. Oh, no, it's Satoshi, let's see. Oh, come on, Satoshi, you got this. Oh. This really wasn't my day. Knocked over my alarm clock this morning, and of course it stopped working. Oof. Very last pork sandwich sold out right before my eyes during watch. Oh god. Poor Satoshi. I was roped into if everyone happened upon my home teacher, Mr. Yamazaki, long after school day had ended. Oof. So no, like you're not, I was on my way to deliver some notes to Miss Yuri, our homeroom TA, who was out sick with a cold. Ooh. Poor Yuka. I stopped and compared the memo in my hand with the apartment building in front of me. It's 2 stories tall and was a little on the shabby side, probably about 20 years old. It didn't seem very solid, nor was it particularly stylish or chic. It was a completely unremarkable structure in every way. I was really getting fed up with the handwriting from my teacher. No, was. In case it seems that the apartment was on the 2nd floor, so I trudged up this startlingly narrow, steep stairs. The staircase was thoroughly blotched with patches of rust. Oof. What was someone living in such a run-down apartment building? Possibly Satoshi. Oh, sorry for her. By the way, this place kind of fit her personality. I thought mine had turned my attention toward apartment 201. Door plate for the minister had a name I didn't recognize scribbled on it. Yep. That's the room 201. I continued down the narrow walkway toward the end, wandering alone around an apartment building I'd never been to before. Made me feel kind of nervous. I'd say it would. It's not like I was doing anything wrong, but my bag still tensed up as I maneuvered around piled up strollers, plastic toys, and bottles. Oh god. Going. I arrived at the last door. This was it. I breathed a sigh of relief. Door plate for apartment 207 read Shishido. For an adult's handwriting, especially the letters were running and overly cutesy. Yeah, this was Miss Yu's place, alright. I leaned in to read somewhere, then a small script on the corner of the door plate. Oh, she has a cat. So how exactly does one beware a house cat? Is it even possible for a house cat to be threatening? Anyway, I confirmed beyond a shadow of a doubt that this was Miss Yuri's place, so my errand was nearing its end. Today she's made so I really needed one of the students to help him out. But was it really okay to trust a school student with confidential class notes? My mind kept drifting from one question to another, and I became acutely aware of the inherent value in these notes I held in my bag. But tempting as it was, I couldn't bring myself to look at them. Mr. Yamazaki put his face at me after all. I was stronger than that. I couldn't let this get the best of me. Anyway, I was here. I should have just been able to drop off the notes and be on my way. Putting all my doubts and misgivings aside, I rang the doorbell. And then I waited, and waited, and waited some more, but there was no answer. Lady Bogey also tried calling out, but there was still no response. We'd heard that Miss Yuri was staying home sick today. We were all pretty disappointed. small part of me was actually a little happy that I was asked to run these over to her. First we would check in, see how she was doing, and everyone was going on she was feeling better. She was probably sleeping around at the doctor's or something, but what if she were hurt? I tried opening the mail slot and peeking in. Thought maybe I could get a glimpse of the room inside. Kind of rough peeking into someone's house without their permission. No kidding, Satoshi. I was legitimately worried about Miss Yui's health, so my conscience was clear on this one. Kitty! Well-groomed cat was facing the door and staring back at me. Its head tipped slightly to the side, it let out an adorable meow. Something the cat was instructed to beware of. Since Miss Yui is always going on and on about her little buddy, I was pretty sure I remembered his name. Miss Yui talked about her cat a lot in class, so pretty much the whole school had heard of him. She even had some tins of cat food hidden on a shelf in the classroom, probably because she bought too much and had no room for them in her apartment. My shoulders think I felt defeated. What the heck was I doing? I closed the mail slot and slipped back up. Lost in this speculation, I placed my hand on the doorknob. And when I twist it, I turned and pushed the door open. It Miss Yui. These pictures twitches I called out to him from the entranceway. Here, I was talking to the cat. Was this what I'd become? I was feeling pretty uneasy. Not only had I peeped into someone's home, I walked in without a second thought. However, this is where Miss Yui lived alone, in other words, a woman's apartment. No matter how many times I reminded myself that I was here on an errand, I couldn't help feeling that I had not only crossed around but leaped over it. Yui-sensei. Tried calling her name one last time, but as expected, there was no answer. I was trying hard to avoid being nosy, but my eyes inevitably began surveying the room. The apartment entrance led out immediately into the kitchen, and beyond there was a sliding door to some other room. I could see light through the gaps. Straining my ears, but there was nothing to hear, no sounds of life whatsoever. Miss Yui really must have been out. One more time I tried calling out to her. One more time just put my concerns. I felt like I'd seen even more suspicious if I stayed silent. Still nothing. Maybe she was asleep on the other side of that door? Shaking my head very sick, I guess that's a sudden impulse. That was a terrible idea, pure and simple. It's really the apartment I know this was bad enough, but walking all the way in, opening that sliding door and peeking at that was just too much. My name viewed as if in agreement. And again, I once again surveyed my surroundings. Also, I looked over their eyes on me, staring with disdain. But of course, nobody was there. Wonder why I didn't think of this sooner. I dug into my bag for some paper and a pen. Stretching the door around my pen across the page. I brought class notes at Mr. Yamazaki's behest. Everyone has been worried about you. Sorry about barging into your apartment. Until just a moment ago, this house had no sense of human life in it, but now I could feel someone standing directly ahead. Standing and looking down at me. She nervously put down my pen, raised my head slowly, and saw a white, slender ankle. Shocked, I shot my head up, and there standing before me was Miss Yui. She was looking right at me, but she seemed decidedly out of sorts. Her hair looked disheveled. Her gaze was unsteady, and her pajamas were in complete disarray. She was like a completely different person from the usual kempt educator we'd come to know and love. I stood up for doing head out the note I had been writing, but Miss Yumi was just in there, stupefied with a completely vacant expression on her face. I called out to her as gently as I could, but she was really dazed. She seemed almost like a ghost. I hadn't said I needed to be a word. I walked up to Miss Yumi, grabbed her shoulders, and tried to snap her out of it by shaking her. But instead, this just seemed to make her cough. These were wet, protective coughs, and spit was shooting out of Miss Yumi's mouth with each one. I practically tried to shield my face from the spray, but my reaction time just wasn't quick enough. Put a hand on her cheekbone, it thick with this slimy film of saliva. Ugh. She hobbled back lower and fell to her knees with a thud. She completely sprawled out in the hallway, moaning and groaning the whole time. Oh God. The sparrows from my own place, I leaned over and took a better look at hers. It was a bright red. Strained breathing, a stuffy nose with this wee high fever on top of it all. She was sick as could be. That maybe her sweat had cooled her down, but then roused her disabled pajamas certainly weren't doing her any favors. With heart pounding my mitt and face red as a trapper, I set about butting her and her. She remembered her shaking arms with buckets on her shoulder, reopened her eyes and looked up at me. The kids a severely fevered mind. She was clinging to me tightly. I couldn't move. I was frozen in shock. She began to weep. Seemed like I wasn't getting through to her at all. And the sensation of her chest as she held me was making it virtually impossible to fight her grip. That's why I crossed against this opponent. I never realized before just now how soft a woman's chest really was. God, am I that weak-willed? I had to remind myself that Mizuki had me confused with someone else. Mastering all strength I could, I gripped her arms and tried to pry them off of me, but she's a lot stronger than I anticipated and wouldn't let me get away. She squished me tight so by overputting my claws under the pressure of her softest parts. Sometimes, especially uncontrollably. Strong with the frequent movements, Yuyo incredibly tighter. Our bodies were getting more and more intertwined. Every time I screamed, Yuyo would just pull me in even closer. She rose and fell radically dropped myself went down into her cleavage. Oh God. I could feel the heat of her fever rating off her steadily encouraging face as well as the shoulders I grabbed in an effort to push away. Questions were starting around my head. Why was Mizuki crying? Who is this Tsukasa person? But I was most concerned for the state of her pajamas, which had become even more disabled during our struggle. I realized that not a single word was getting through to her. I sighed. Take care of Yuka. Any number of times when she caught a cold and drawn a fever, but I don't recall it ever getting this bad. She was unusually calm, collected, and rational. I never imagined that a fever could leave her so thoroughly discombobulated. But more straight to my implicit volume, her arms relaxed just a teeny bit, but her expression changed drastically. Miss Yui was acting like a spoiled child. Slipping out the shoes I'd still been wearing, I again drew close to her and her sprawled out form. There's no way I could just leave her here like this. Miss Yui the third grown. Perhaps there's something of quiet memory. My wits end, I grabbed hold of her and did my best to carry her into the back room. Gently wheeling her over to her unfurled futon, I then carefully laid her down, making sure I didn't drop her in the process. Then there was the matter of rebuttoning those pesky pajamas again. I hastily pulled up her pajama bottoms and brushed away the stray hairs that were clustered to her brow with sweat. I did my best to avoid seeing anything, but I am a guy, so my heart was pounding the whole time. And Shui's pajamas were soaked through sweat. She really might have been better off with the change of clothes altogether. But no, that would have been going way too far. I said it could be in a stored back here, so he tossed my forward glass aside. Placed one of the compresses on her forehead and pulled the covers over her. She reappeared almost instantly as she inhaled. I exhaled contentedly, and her breathing became more relaxed. Finally, she was asleep. I think Monsieur seemed to be suffering. When I had caught up on my legs without me noticing, I began absentmindedly speaking to him. He muted a response in our conversation in there, as my gaze was still fixed square on Miss Yui. She wasn't in any condition to respond, but Miss Yui's hand had slipped out from under the futon and was gently grasping my pant leg. Her grip was much weaker than before, but I knew I'd probably regret it if I went home now. Miss Yui seemed really lonely. Without disturbing Miss Yui's hold on me, I took a seat beside her. For the time being, I figured I'd watch over her and make sure her condition didn't worsen. Entering Miss Yui's vision would become regular as she furrowed her brow. She was in a pretty bad way. Was there anything else I could do? That's quietly down the hallway. I noticed when I carried Miss Yui here that the kitchen near the entrance was perfectly neat and tidy. There wasn't any indication it had been used that day at all. When his gaze shook his head, I followed it and saw pet bowls laid out in the corner of the room. One dish was filled to the brim with water, and the other was piled high with dry cat food. I shook my head at the hostess reading goes down one day, who was taking his head as if trying to understand me. Open too, where I smile. When I pulled out of the cold place, I did notice some cheap convenience store food in the bag as well. Guess that was going to be her food for the day. Not exactly the best stuff to eat when you're sick. For her half pained, half conceited noises from her, no clear-cut answer to my question. When Hayes Cross helped to soothe my guilt over entering a woman's apartment, borrowing her kitchen. Not that I had any reason to feel guilty, I don't think, anyway. I mean, circumstances were what they were. Still, I had this nagging sense that I should have somehow felt bad about what I was doing. One by one, Joey put up each of the fingers latched onto my pet leg. The expression on her face changed as I was doing so, from potato rest to mild noise, but there was nothing to indicate she might wake up. The snout when I mewed happily and began tagging along at my heels. Miss Yui now rested by herself in the bedroom when I was on his knees. Oh boy. Okay, so it does call it episodes in the game. Okay. Glad to know that.
たよ今。うん。ごめんごめん。まったくもう一緒一緒。ああ、なければ私の使ってよ。せめてものお詫び。やった。じゃあ私も持ってないよ。サンキュー。あんたたちね、ティッシュくらい常備しときな。面目ない。それで何の話だっけ。そうそう、だからさ、卒業もだけど、私たちそれよりもっと進路よ。いや痛くな。正直さ、進路相談何回受けたって将来のことなんかはっきり。だよね。ねえ、ないの？
Oh, talking about the future. Oh, flashback.
何何？私の名前はシシドイル、17歳。将来
Oh.
あまりよく考えずに人のことに首を突っ込んでは空回ってることが多い。でもそんな私でもきっと頑張れば夢が叶うって信じてる。
Oh, this was 5 years ago. Cherry blossoms were in bloom and the rustling wind carried with it the soft warmth of the season. I was a high school senior now, and was devoting myself to my studies in preparation for the day my dream could become a reality. My dream was to become an English teacher. My grades were on the fence for getting into the university I wanted, though. So my best bet was to score a special recommendation from the academy.
ある日私は職員何かヘマをやったのかとか、成績が志望校に及ばない私の理想に反して、うちの学園からはライバルがいなさそうだから、このまま頑張れば推薦した。だってなんかやそれにしてもゴミ捨て場まで持っていくのも一言だよ。なあ、突然声をかけられた。ゴミ箱を抱えたまま彼が7組で。そこ足元根っこが出てるから。あちょっとだってよ。あ、いいよ、その手が汚れるの。別にいいよ、そんくらい。
Aww.
これで全部拾い終えた。もう大丈夫。じゃ、行くぞ。
I remember it well even now. This was my first time talking with Tsukasa, and he left a strong first impression on me.
ごめん、重たい。別に。やっぱり自分で。いいって。回収も。ありがとう。助かったよ。じゃあな。あ、ちょっと待って。お礼させてよ。いいよ、女の。これ。いいから。ちょっと待って。友達が増えるというのも嬉しいし、楽しい。
But since I'd seen Tsukasa before this were in the school courtyard, he spent a lot of time there sitting alone on a bench. Even after school during summer vacation, if I happened to pass by, I would always see him there, and after this little encounter, we'd go on to make many fond memories together. It's somehow the image of Tsukasa that stands out most of mine is of him sitting alone on that courtyard bench. はい、どうぞ。コーヒー牛乳で。まあ、なんでもいいけど。これは私からのお礼なんだから、黙って受け取ってくれなくていい。We walked to the bench together, sat down, and began making small talk. That courtyard bench was sort of a mystical place. The leaves rustled over your head, and if you closed your eyes and opened your ears, it felt as though you were in the middle of some forest. Then, if you looked straight up, the sunlight poured in through the leaves, and you almost felt like you were in another world. なかなかいいだろう。だよな。だからね。この時間とか昼休みとかよくここに行くでしょ。ああ。この場所好きなんだ。まあ。We just let the gentle breeze blew between us. We were both silent for a bit, but strangely it didn't feel awkward or uncomfortable.
聞かないの？いつも一人で何してんだ？
この場所が好きだから。
そう
他に何か
だ。ないよ。そうだけど、ほら、普通聞くだろ？一人でそんなの。
ことを言う。
お前ね。いや、そんな顔しなくても今のは俺的。
変わってるわ、そのことは。
そう。
I think it's just because his face is a dick giveaway that he really enjoyed talking to me. And I've always loved the feeling I get when I know my words helped brighten someone's day. He must have been sporting one heck of a goofy smile at that moment.
本当はさ、この学校で秘密とっておきだから。
ってことはそこも。
ああ、
いいな。どこ？気に
ダメ、そう簡単には教えない。
司君は笑いながら紙パックのジュース
コーヒーをおごってもらったしな。ついでに。
いい。
あ
りがとう。
4組だろ？知ってるよ。宍戸唯っつったら有名だから。
どうして？
今から先生みたいな女子がいるって。12クラス全部で有名だよ。
それから私と司君は何度か中庭で会ってる話をし。
お前、好きすぎだろ、コーヒー。
そんなことないよ。
1日に最低2本は飲んでる。
なんでしょう。
自販機でいつもそれ買ってるの。ここから見え。ほら、こっち見てみ。
本当だ。
昼休みの。
Oh my god.
いや、知ってるけど。
今でもたわいのないものがない。場所にすでに。
夏とかね。
あれ？
夏期講習が目前に迫ってたら誰でも嫌いになるだろ。
Oh yeah, it's true.
ああね。私たち3年生だもん。
お前は随分と楽しそうだけどね。
私は夢に近づいてるって実感で嬉しいよ。私ね、人に勉強を教えるのが好きなの。
なんで？
お姉さんになった感じがするから。ほら、私一人っ子で。
ああ、うん。
はすっごいどうでもよさそう。
人事だしね。
そんなことを言いながら司君はやっぱり優しく先生になりたい。司君は一度も言わない。
No. Season was quickly turned into autumn. After the school day, the senior floor was always a lot more quiet than its underclassmen counterparts. Everyone was all studying hard at the library or with tutors. So one day, thinking no one was around, I sat down in a lonely corner of the hallway. Usually I grabbed my shoes and left the classroom intending to head home, but along the way I just started crying. I was overwhelmed. My thoughts echoed from one end of the hallway to the other.
私は無事に志望校に嬉しくて仕方がなかったのでしょう。すぐに友達に報告した。けれどいつもの私の前でそんなこと言うのはまだ私は私はひどくショックを受けた顔になっていたの。だから私も笑って気にしてないよって気にしてないわけだと思えな。他のみんなも。
Kept walking to the restaurants always for new ones to take their place at me. Like, why didn't I think of this sooner? So many people are still facing uncertain futures with no real goals in mind. I was completely oblivious to it. I was the one to dream, running around like cock of the walk and blabbing about my successes and aspirations. Wouldn't blame them if they hated me. Was someone that insensitive to the feelings of so many other people who really become a teacher? Did I ever even have what it takes to begin with?
声をかけられてくれなくて、そこにはいつもの廊下であっても言葉を交わすことになるね。この日が
すごい顔だぞ。じゃあ、顔。
司君が戸惑っている空気が ヒシヒシと伝わってきた。
何かあったの？何かあったからそんなに泣いてんだ。
これはでもすぐに仲直りしたから大丈夫。これはさ、あ、嬉し涙って言えばね、私推薦枠に入れることになって。
I'm not sure if I did that much for the first two counselors just because I wanted to change subject, but I cut myself off instead if I was doing it again. What was I thinking? Not even two counselors was going to hate me for being a braggart. Oh, now. Heck, I hated myself. I was the worst. Just the worst, but...
マジか。
He was happy for me. A bit taken aback at not from him.
やったじゃんか。
ありがとう。
まだ推薦枠が決まったってだけだよ。嬉し泣きするほど喜ぶには。
でもそうやって泣いたりして。
そう思っても早く受け止める。
As I read my phone as the small book curious because of an unexperienced sigh. Then, as the sailor moved, his eyes lit up.
そうだ、シシド。
His cluster quickly ripped going in the hall again just moments later. He was holding something.
お前にこれやるよ。
His outstretched hand rested a short, stubby little pencil. Not the sort of thing you expect someone to go out of their way to lend you. It was pocked here and there with small scratches, but it still seemed to be in relatively decent shape considering how unusually well worn it was.
受験必勝鉛筆。これ使うと試験に受かるんだよ。ああ、如月学園に受かるのは難しいって言われてた俺がこれ。
じゃあこれ司君が高校入試の時に使った鉛筆。
そう、経験あらって。
経験あらってそれじゃあ借りるね。ありがとう。
言っとくけど、貸すのは推薦入試までだからな。一般入試の時はだから推薦。
Aww.
そう受け取り笑顔で。
人の気持ちまで勝手に思いやって。悲しみでし
I had no idea what he was talking about, but then it hit me. Because I somehow sussed out from our conversation I was crying because I'd upset them away. And he was turning that back around to offer me encouragement.
頑張れ。
I heard you
辛い
shout.
時にプレッシャーになるから言っちゃダメって言ったよね。けれど私はこの優しいことをし
た。あ、
その人は彼は全然そっけなくてちっとも言わなかった。
Aww. Still got the events of that day even now. It was October, the day before my entrance exam. Our outside had been miserable since morning. Visibility was off but non-existent. It would be a bad omen if I were to slip and fall on the day before the exam, so I decided I'd wear boots to school just to be safe. I opened the door. I was shocked to see a white-haired old woman lying on the ground soaked to the bone. I quickly rushed over to her side.
おばあさん、しっかりしてください。まさか生き逃げとか。
Our house was now mostly used for only by our neighbors. But it's not like it was close off to outside traffic, so a hit and run wasn't out of the question. I looked over the old woman's body as best as I could. Fortunately, there was no signs of any serious injury.
はい。
The woman raised herself up, so I spoke hoarsely. For the time before, she seemed terribly desperate.
そういうわけにはいかない。それよりおばあちゃんどうして。
どうしても。
I don't know what to say on that. At first, I understand how we can digging through her pockets. She produced what looked like a crumpled scrap of paper. As she was digging around, else that her breathing had become dangerous and began considering my options to her sister. Really, I should have gone back into the house and called my mom. But there was something about her that kept me glued to the spot. It's desperation hiding in that broken gate. I unclenched my wrist and forcefully pressed the scrap of paper into my palm. Then I folded the scrap and looked carefully at it. First I thought I'd just been handed a piece of trash. But when I folded it all the way, I saw that it was actually a paper doll in the shape of a human being, and there was a name written on its torso. Yes! My name written plainly and easily legible with brushstrokes. Crazy. This is okay. I didn't understand any of it, save for one simple fact. Someone was here specifically to give me this strange paper charm. As far as I was aware, we were total strangers to one another, but she gave me both my name and my address. In terms of that, I could sense her entire demeanor had changed. She raised her body and up and stay away from the wet asphalt. Put off water lightly to the ground. Almost instantly it became soaked through with her, and my name began to run and quickly turned into an integral voice switch. Seeing this, the old woman groaned and tore at her hair. Paramedics arrived in a matter of minutes. No one seemed to be unconscious by that point, however, so the anesthesia brought out a stretcher. It makes everyone look good, so just do not get what had been the shameful thing to do. Sure, she was a stranger, but we'd also had a lengthy conversation mere minutes before, so I couldn't very well say we had nothing to do with one another. Oh boy. Still hesitant, but I knew I really had to go to school today no matter what. So I left the strange woman and my mom scared and heading towards school, walked right by her stretcher. So my hand rose from the lip for the old woman grabbed my skirt. I tried to jump away, but found myself ensnared by her terrible bloodshot eyes. Oh god. For school was my focus to be clear every now and then. I engaged in unusual ritual gossip with small talk. What I described to the of that morning, everyone's eyeballs rose. They were hanging on my every word and yelping news to that key moment. Oh. Oh, they're talking about Yoshi. Oh boy.
気をつけてね。明日。はい。私は慌てて時刻夕方5時だから怖がる必要なんて。でも下駄箱にたどり着く。あー、ダメだ。
お、
スカサ君。
今帰りか？何？
なんでもない。
お、
やった。司君の顔を見たら一瞬だけだけど怖かったのが吹き飛んだ。そばに
Oh boy.
雨は朝より司君とは得体の知れない恐怖みたいなものがちらついてる。
獅子
ん？
なんか顔。おい、怖い。
私の様子があまりにおかしかったのか。司君真剣に話を聞いてくれようとしているのに今抱えてい
Gonna
る
have to end the video here in a bit.
だけど司君
Forgot how much dialogue there is in this game.
七不思議を信じるなんて。
司君は
怖いっていうか、
でも
あんま深く考えない方が。そのばあちゃんは確かに気味悪いけどさ。
そういうんじゃなくて、解決方法を教えてほしかったわけじゃない。あのね、私は話を聞くから。
話なら。
だから男の子ってもう人によるのかもしれないけど、でも女子とは違ってすぐに結果女子は
Oh.
言いたい。私はあの時の朝に見たおばあさんの顔が目がそれが怪談話で増幅されてじわじわあんなに怖い思いをしたんだ。私と司君それじゃ。
おう、獅子だ。
Oh, he was basically walked away. I didn't really know why I was so angry or confused, but I did notice that his voice was tinged with concern. I could soon turn back for a second, but chased my mind, pushed forward, and hopped, leaving him behind.
ただいま。
He looked over my mother for a somber expression. I could tell right away that something had happened. That was the expression I was for an awfully long time before she eventually realized me over about the speed.
今朝のさっきもあなた明日のあのおばあさんの話分かった。ええ、お母さんがキッチンに引っ込んでくるの。私はもぞもぞとつい気持ちが一層重くなっている。司君にあんな態度をとってしまっただけでも嫌な気分だった。
I couldn't listen to the she do anything but close into my chair and sprawl out onto the Oh god, the last thing that Aurora said to me echoed again and again in my head. Maybe we should not take her more seriously. She protected paper Dawn thanked her. Shepherd shouted out wouldn't go to Heavenly Hotel Winter. I mean, the place didn't even exist anymore, for goodness sakes. I was exhausted. It was a heck of a day, and I no longer even had the energy to move. I needed to change out my school clothes, but still trotted out over my desk while I was stripping clothes I was out. Okay. I hate to do this, but I'm going to. I'm gonna stop the video right here, guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment, like, and subscribe, and also in the description below will be a donation link if you guys want to donate to me and stuff. I made a video explaining about that. Anyways, have a great day. This is your Foxy Walker signing off. Bye!
We can't let evil win, take them out. This is justice, this is what's right.